Welcome back to IAM Mook Podcast, and I'm your host, Mook. Or you can call me Mookie, Mook, Murder Mook, Mook's a million, Mook both ways before you cross the road. But in a universe of Mooks, we never say Mookie Dookie. Never. But anyways, how are y'all doing today? If you listen to the first episode, you should definitely know the answer. When I ask you, how are you? What do you say? I'm always good. We manifest that shit. But let's move on. In this second episode, the main word we're focusing on today is purpose. What is your purpose? What are you supposed to be doing? Why were you created? Why the fuck are you here? These are some of the questions that we need answered. I'm not the friend that's going to talk to you about video games or sports, any other kind of entertainment. I don't want to take you out to the movies or take you to the bar. I'm not the friend that's going to ask you out for brunch. And fellas, if a lady ever tells you she wants to go to brunch, she's saying she wants mimosas. Just saying. I want to talk about self-improvement. I want to talk about self-worth. I want to talk about positivity. I want to talk about flourishing in this world, in this life, living a purposeful life. And it's going to be hard to live a purposeful life when one doesn't know its purpose. We tend to go the wrong direction when we don't know our purpose. We may wander around aimlessly when we don't have a focal point, and that focal point is our purpose. We tend to make bad decisions when we don't know our purpose. Speaking of bad decisions, story time. I'm going to tell you a time that I made a very bad decision. And this all happens when I'm wandering around the world aimlessly with no focal point, with no purpose in sight. So, I got to set the scene. In case you didn't know, I was in the Air Force, saving the world and shit. Just joined in, came across a female. We had sex. And at that time, it was the greatest sex I ever had. Until maybe 2 or 3 weeks later, when I started using the bathroom, I felt a tingle. That tingle eventually became a sting, and that sting became persistent. Now, I don't know about you, but I've been dehydrated before. And you know that feeling you get sometimes when, like your pee is hot, but you're like, dang, I'm dehydrated. So I thought I was dehydrated. So, I drank water like any normal person. But then I realized the more and more I peed, the more and more it hurt. Damn, something's up. But I'm in the Air Force, right? I can't talk to my friends about my pee-pee burning. Some shit you got to keep to yourself. So you know what? I had a big brain this, right? So I was like, you know what, Mook? You got what? Like an 89 on the ASVAB? That's almost a 90. You're pretty, yes, intelligent-ish. We can make a pretty informed decision about right now. So I did. I thought this shit out. If I do have an STD, what is an STD? It's got to have like bacteria and shit. So what are one of the number one items that kills bacteria? Rubbing alcohol. And guess what I did? I big brained this shit. I went and got a bottle of rubbing alcohol, and I decided to pour it down my pee-pee hole. I went into the shower, and I thought, you know what? Alcohol kills germs. There may be germs in my pee-pee hole. This alcohol rub needs to be in my pee-pee hole. It was one of the most excruciating pains I've ever felt in my life. It was on fire. I couldn't even tell if I was crying or not because I was laying on the ground in the bathtub while the water was just splashing on my face. So I couldn't really tell how I was feeling. I just knew for every burning sensation I had, a bacteria must be dying. But I realized it wasn't until about another week or so of it persisting, I finally decided to go to the clinic. They told me I had chlamydia. And let me tell you something. Back then, I believed any STD that got the letter H in it was deadly. I didn't hear you have chlamydia. I heard you're gonna die. So I called my brother and was like, dog, it's up. He's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I said, dog, it's up, nigga. I got an H in my STD, nigga. He's like, damn, what you get? I said, man, chlamydia. I'm gonna die. And he laughed at me. He was like, Mook, let me tell you something. If you was to catch any STD, chlamydia is the best STD you can get. If you don't know what chlamydia is, let me paint a picture for you. Imagine Goku. Chlamydia is like Kaioken. See, I never went Super Saiyan, right? That's gonorrhea, and we never go Goku Black. So I was just standing, at the Kaioken stage, the clap stage, something that you can just take a pill and you be all right. So I was all right. I took a pill and, the shit was gone, peeing normally. Like, you know what? Life is great. Some of you might think, Mook, your bad decision is when you had sex with the girl. Some of you might say, Mook, your bad decision happened when you poured rubbing alcohol down your penis. I think my bad decision was After I got treated for chlamydia and I was good to go, I went back to the same girl that I had the best sex with, had sex with her again, and caught it again. I was very stupid then, but I was saving the world and shit. This time, I grabbed her, we went to the clinic together, and we both got treated, and they decided to give me a shot in the ass. Never again did I catch anything after a shot in the ass. So what's the moral of this story? The moral of this story is you need to go out there and figure out your purpose, or you will catch chlamydia. Let me stop. I'm playing. I play too much sometimes, but in all seriousness, the point to be made is that without direction, without focus, we make wrong decisions sometimes. We pick the wrong route, we go the wrong way, or we wander around aimlessly. I believe that if we know what our purpose is in life, we live a more well-informed, purposeful, healthy, loving, positive life. We actually enjoy life instead of, hearing people that are depressed or anxious or sad or lonely. I think finding your purpose is a necessity, and I don't think we talk about that enough. We talk about all the distractions and shit, but we never talk about things that can help us grow as individuals, that can help us grow in a community. Every being in this world, everything in creation was created for a reason. Please just spend maybe like at least a minute or two of your day and just contemplate, why are you here on earth? Why were you created? What the fuck were you brought here for? And if you don't know where to start, if you don't even know how to find your purpose, we'll talk about that in episode 3.